It's Cassie's Takes, bitches. Okay, first things first, I will have to say thank you for everyone who has been supporting me through the past year. And because this really would not have been possible without you. A few things about me before we start. I want to say headphone warnings because, as someone who gets nervous very easily, I tend to either go into song, hyperventilate, or just be very loud in general. I don't know if anything would call for being loud today, because everything is just probably going to be talking and everything else. Um, so I mean, I did a new thing the past year, or right now, is using OBS to stream on YouTube. I'm just, honestly, I just have to say this. I'm very nervous, even though this event has been planned for like 4 months. Because I was literally just sitting in this spot waiting and looking at that countdown for maybe an hour because I was doing stuff before, but it was not fair because the countdown was supposed to give you guys excitement, but it gave me anxiety. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to come in. I don't know if they plan to come in right away. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. That's not good. um, like the channel, my name is Cassie. Pronouns are she, her. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I watch shows. That's pretty much it. That's all I do on this channel. There's gonna be more that I'm planning to do on this channel, but right now, it is just watching shows. I'm gonna take deep breaths. This is nerve wracking. This is kind of cool. Just a lot of anxiety to this. I don't know how long this plans to be. I'm probably thinking around an hour or so. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And yeah, this is so nerve wracking. Stay hydrated, folks. Honestly, this is pretty almost empty, so. Oh god. This is scary. How do people do this for a living? Anyways, so I guess we would first start off with why I started YouTube at all. Um, so for those who have been watching since the very beginning, you remember that I started off doing Supergirl reactions. Um, Supergirl's for I don't know 6 years, at least 5 years actually, has been the show I went to whenever I felt down because the show is very uplifting. And because it was this last season, I wanted to, I guess, immortalize my feelings about the show and how it helped me grow over, the years it's been running. I also, last night, decided that we are going to react to my first ever video. I haven't watched it since then. I really don't watch my own videos at all. So, also, if the audio is off, then let me know. I also forgot to mention that there's probably when I did it yesterday, there was like a 20-second delay from my end to your end. So when you put in answers, when you put in questions in the chat, I will read them. But it'll just be delayed for me. So should we get started on my first ever video? My head says no, but I kind of had that plan already. So, guys, I'm so sorry. A lot of this is just going to be me being very nervous. I don't. Okay, let's. let's do it anyways and go from there. This is so weird. Look at myself. I look the same. I mean, I still wear that shirt. Okay, at least it's 13 minutes and not like the normal thing I have now, which is like an hour. But we're going to react to my first. Oh, this is part 2. My bad. That's not the first one. Why is this part 2? See how uncoordinated I am? Yeah, that's just a lot of nervous talking and me rambling. So it is 15 minutes. I lied. Well, currently I feel like my computer doesn't really like me because it has a constant wheel that's going on. But again, here I am. Ah! I don't remember what happened in this episode. Do I get copyright on my own? Nope. No, right? I don't get copyrighted on my own videos. Oh well. We're just gonna watch. This is so weird. Okay, next.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be reacting to Supergirl Season 6 episode.
I sound... That is definitely not my tone of voice. I was like, here, and I'm normally here. Wow. I was probably a nervous wreck then too.
Episode 1, titled Rebirth. This is supposed to be the actual finale for Season 5, but because of COVID, they
oh my god! This is so...
this year.
We're probably gonna do half of this.
Last we left off, Kara and Lena were working together to stop Leviathan, and...
Skip! I cannot watch myself.
A lot more. Alex gets a baby.
How long do I talk for? Do I normally talk this long?
And I hope no one dies.
Next. Oh shit. Oops. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I already did not like that first minute. I don't know how you guys sit through me talking in general. Damn. Okay, next. God, that audio is disgusting for that show. Or right now. I also cussed a lot. I still do, but... Dude, I'm just sitting there. How do you guys do this?
That's a part in the trailer, right?
No!
No way.
Okay, I think this is just torture. Torturing myself. We're gonna move on.
The first episode.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that, and when I first did it, I didn't think to just talk over what was happening. I just kept pausing every time I had to say something, and editing that was not fun. Because I would just pause and then say something and then let it play. And the thing I would say would probably be like one line like I just did right now. How did you guys go through this? Because I can't even get through a minute or 2 minutes of myself.
Anyways, I feel like she might break the glass to get it, or... Yeah, I feel like she's gonna break the glass to get it, because Brainy's not gonna let her in.
You asked so much. This is so weird. I'm literally reacting to myself.
Oh, wow. Astral projection. Yeah, you can't touch that.
I'm an idiot!
Uh-oh. Whoa, what the? The power of...
Look, okay, I can't not... I was really less expressive back then. Like, I was like... No, I feel like if I watched this part again, I would be really loud. I feel like I was just really nervous here. But also, a little thing I remembered editing when I was doing this, I didn't think to take the video audio with it. So like whatever you hear for the video would be done by picking up from this mic. You can't see it. It's in there. It's right here. This mic. And so like I would raise it and lower it. But then it was just, I don't even know what I did back then. I don't 2 minutes.
Love.
We're never gonna get through this. I keep saying this all the time. I still do that.
No, 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 no.
And it's also very funny. I feel like I'm just going back to my old ways. I just really can't watch myself this whole time. I still do that, but it's more expressive. And I feel like back then I was afraid to really open myself up to the world of the internet, even though I've been on multiple social media platforms at the time. But my face is pretty much no, 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 no. Like how did? But now people who've like watched my channel, when this happens, y'all know I like squirm, die, maybe grab the penguin, squeeze the life out of it. Okay, I'm gonna skip to like 5 minutes because at this point we're never gonna get through that video. We are gonna wait. What is my face? Why does it have to be that?
Oh, save it, Lena, Lillian.
What the hell am I doing? Oh my god. Oh yeah, and then you could hear a tiny little ringing in the background because I did not know how to do audio back then. I kind of still don't, but... Oh, and she slaps...
She slapped him! She slapped him! Oh my god, that was so funny!
Was it really? Oh, I want to slap myself.
You better have been a good mom to Lena.
On this earth, yeah? This is so weird!
Ow! Look at her!
Oh man, I had a huge crush on Katie Bergant back then. I can't believe this was the first episode of season 6. This feels so weird. Yeah, Lex loses, but he still is there in season 6. Moving on. I can't watch myself. I don't know how you guys...
Jean and Megan.
I think I spent like a good while talking at the end too.
She's gonna get caught.
At least I can... Oh.
No!
Yeah. What am I doing? Okay.
A hug.
Yes, everyone needs a hug and everyone needs therapy.
So true though, because like...
Next! I can't hear myself talk. I'm so sorry.
That was a cute moment. Come on, Kelly. You need to give therapy to everyone else though.
I am an idiot. I don't know how you guys do this. Oops. Ever. That's so weird that I could... Look at my face! I have no expressions on my face. Because at least when I'm... Okay. At least when I'm doing reactions now and I stare at the screen for a while and I don't talk, I at least have a smile or a frown on my face. But what the heck is my face? But I look so bored. Like I was doing a chore. Like what is going on? Man, when they say you are your own self-critic or your worst critic, they were not lying. Look how rigid I am. I look mad. What happened?
He's so sweet.
That was such a bad cut.
He's thinking about it. It's just so sad because, you know, we all have our own thoughts that, you know, we don't think are nice and pretty.
That is true. That is true. At least I believe this.
They're not gonna die.
Okay, the thing I really forgot about with doing my reactions live is that you guys see my thought process going through this. And back then, I really did not want to show my thought process. So I would say things that I wouldn't want to say or I didn't like, so I would cut them out. But it just seems so artificial now. I'm so glad I did not do this anymore. Next.
They're probably gonna get closer because of this, because he's gonna know everything that Megan has to know.
Next!
Wait, he's giving her the Legion ring?
Next!
Everything to him. The fact that he's giving it to Nia, it's so sweet.
Yeah, my voice was not there. Like, as much excitement as there was for there being a premiere and me recording it, there was no excitement whatsoever. So, damn.
He's giving her the one thing he values the most.
Actually, I don't think that's.
Cute.
Well, I'm literally just contradicting my own words. Please stop talking. Jesus. My face! How do you even do this?
Don't leave. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is she gonna kill her dad?
Oh yeah, I remember everyone. I remember a comment during that where I was like, "Is she gonna kill her dad?" And then, because no one else was really thinking about that. This is the whole. I don't like this. I don't remember this. I don't remember this show or this pilot episode. I'm just very annoyed at my face. Says the person who records herself for a living. Makes no sense. 12 minutes.
They're saving each other. Because if you turn on the Luther Protocol, she's in it too.
I'm annoyed.
Oh. Wow. Oh, look at they're so cute together. Sorry.
Oh my god. You could have said that without pausing. I do have similar glasses. Let me tell you though.
Excuse me?
What did
She has super friends.
Oh, I'm annoying.
She is the only one?
Oh yeah, okay, that one makes sense. That one made sense.
Up, but I also, at the same time, I am being a clown.
Yes. Because anytime you are a Supercorp shipper, you're just fooling yourself. Because they had the whole. I'm not gonna get into this. If you want me to, I could. But this show, like, I say this a lot. If you develop it, I will like it. But the thing is, the Supergirl writers, they developed it and then they didn't execute it. So I didn't really like that because they spent all this time developing their relationship. And yeah, right now I'm also saying a lot that, friendship is a lot more important than being in a romantic relationship. But then at that time, a year ago, Cassie did not know that. She's kind of also getting on my nerves. I don't know how you guys do this because I feel like I still talk a lot. But oh god, okay, next.
Ooh.
I'm so mad I don't move. Like,
I feel like she's gonna kill her dad. Sorry, that looked like a stock photo.
It did. I feel like I would have pointed that out still.
How many shares of Obsidian North would you like to buy?
Oh yeah, also, like, the thing about this was it was because I didn't have the audio for the show, I couldn't really, how do you say it? I couldn't like sync it correctly. And it would be really hard. So I was still reading even though the screen didn't show it. I think it would be like maybe 2 seconds behind or the show would be 2 seconds behind or 2 seconds before me. Editing was a pain.
I don't know how stock works.
I still don't. And like, you can't even hear what they're saying. I don't.
Dang! The fact that they got to slip this in. Nice.
What? Yeah, little did they know. Little did they know.
I love you.
I do love them.
Why
Did I say
does Lena-
something?
Why do they always make Lena come in during a sister moment?
I was just gonna
Because
ask
she
if I
also
said
doesn't
something
have
about
that,
Lena
so she's gonna
being
feel like
jealous.
hurt. She's gonna wonder why she doesn't have that, but she's gonna have that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm so predictable. Shit. That reminds me of. I'm mad. I'm just getting more reactions out of this than I should. But the whole "I'll see you later" literally reminds me of Natasha saying "I'll see you in a minute." I don't know, guys. How do you do this? How do you guys watch me all the time? This is okay. At least we're almost done.
Why did they go together? Alex and Leo?
I'm literally a mess.
This is the end of my part 1 reaction.
That was such a bad cut.
Click the link in the description box below for part 2, and
Oh yeah.
I'll see you in the next one.
Oh god, please stop. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. Oh, what was I doing? I want to show you a couple of more reactions, my own videos, because it was kind of funny. Like, I want to see how I introed it, how I outroed it, and then I'm gonna show you one that the best intro I've ever done. Right afterwards. How do you guys sit through this? And actually, you know what? I know what you get. So, I mean, props for and thank you for those who watched and sat through that whole thing. Because I didn't even do that.
Okay. Welcome.
Let's look at my arms. Just smack someone in the face, would you?
Welcome back to my part 2 reaction. If you haven't already, check out the link down below.
Down below, part 1. Oh, I rehearsed that thing.
Ready to fight Lex. The tension is building and building. So, John and Megan are getting ready to.
I still do that, but okay. The thing is, these intros, or the hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be reacting to blah blah blah, season 1, episode 1, titled blah blah blah. Go into the description. It was so. I mean, I still do that. I'm gonna be so honest. But then, like, it was really funny because when I did part 1, part 2, I would just stop the recording on the camera and then start it again. Well, I'll stop it and like maybe wait for a minute to regain myself. That is not the right word. And then I would, but then as I was sitting there, I wasn't really relaxing. I would go, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, click the link down below for part 2. Like, that has been so ingrained in my head for about, I don't know, 8 months. Anyways, outro, here we go. Let's see how that goes.
Oh no. You have to work on the relationship? I don't know. I want to see how that goes because after they merge,
I still do that, so I'm not
saying much.
I look so closed up though.
It's her show.
Literally, it's her show.
I already called it earlier that she's on Krypton. Not Krypton. She's in the Phantom Zone.
I want to hit her.
Anyways, that's all for me. I will see you guys with a new Superman and Lois. And that's all for me. Bye.
Bye. Oh god, I'm annoying. I don't know how you guys. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what I was thinking back then. But I know if you told that Cassie that in a year from now that I would have around 400 subscribers, I think I would have laughed. I don't think I would have believed you. And then if you told me that each video was getting around 20 hours of watch time, I also wouldn't have believed you, because I think at first it took me like 6 videos to get 20 hours. But I'm about to show you the best intro I still believe that I had. um I hope you like it because it's hilarious.
And
Ah,
Clark.
thanks for skipping that.
Oh
I don't know if you can hear.
my god. Oh, I didn't press the record button.
Oh, ignorant mistake. Rookie mistake.
I didn't press the record button, so I guess you don't have part one, but rookie mistake.
That cut. I don't think you guys realize how long I've sat there just kind of like contemplating on whether or not I should do it again. Cause I think the other video was around 30 minutes of recording, and it was really good because it set up how I was gonna do Superman and Lois for the rest, of the show. It was a lot of heavy analysis though, but I feel like that's a really good intro. I've never ceased to not press the record button ever since. But that this cut right in the middle. I remember this too.
Oh, I didn't press the record button.
And then you guys didn't, and then the viewers didn't get to hear, but I had my siblings in the room. And it's really funny because again, this is in the living room, and every time I did a reaction, and usually I filmed it at night, edited it at night, and then uploaded it in the morning. I like kind of moved everyone into the room, and I'm like, yeah, I'm recording. You can. I still kind of do that. But then I yelled that out loud, and all I got was laughs, and I was like, nah, not that wasn't for me. But then I think I sat here for a good 5 minutes, just kind of being mad about myself, and you can definitely see a cut that I love.
I didn't press the record button, so I guess you don't have a part one, but rookie mistake.
Watch it right here. I was literally sitting like this. Oh, I was sitting pretty much like this for like a good few minutes. But again, I honestly think that is the best intro I've ever had. Water break. That was fun. I don't know how you guys watch me. I feel like I tend to ramble, and I guess if that's something you like to see, then I guess that works to help it out. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Yeah, it didn't look like it didn't look like the screen changed. But it did, because this one you don't have access to seeing what's on my screen. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. I'm just gonna get into why I started doing YouTube live instead of continuing to record. Because I think I started doing YouTube when everything was still online, and that allowed me to finish all the schoolwork I needed to do on Monday, most likely, and then I had the rest of the week to film. And I never did it in the mornings because I didn't like how the lighting looked, but now I don't really care. So I would have to film at night, and it would be the day afterwards. So let's say Supergirl came out Tuesday. They came out Tuesdays, right? They came out on Tuesdays at 8 p.m., 8, 7 Central, right? Or 9, one of those. But then I couldn't watch it until the next day because I needed to download it. And then I would watch it the next day at 8 p.m. It would be like an hour, and then I would edit for a bit. And when I say a bit, I lied. It took me 4 hours to edit one video. I mean, later on, it ended up being an hour and a half. But that first one, nah. And I think for that first day, I did Supergirl in the morning, so I edited it in between. And I didn't have a break because after I edited it, I uploaded it. And then after that, I watched Superman and Lois. It was just a lot. But now I can honestly, which feels nice to do live because I don't have to wait certain days to do certain shows. I mean, now they just kind of fit around my schedule because now I've been doing Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow live together, which works perfectly well because I don't have to really take time to edit, and I can watch the shows the right after each other, and I can actually watch more shows. Because I think Batwoman and Legends always came out together, but then I always have to watch one on one day and then one on the other day. So it restricted how much time I had left to watch anything else. And honestly, with doing it live, it just sits there. I record. I possibly move the camera if I want to. But with OBS, I don't have to move anything. I can just change scenes and go from there. Again, I think the huge thing with just doing live is that it took less time because when I moved, school also started to become in person, and that means I had to schedule shooting around my classes. And I think my first quarter, I had classes, I think on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It was 9 a.m. 9 a.m. to like 10:50. I don't remember if I had anything else afterwards, but I know Tuesday and Thursday I had pretty late classes. I think I had a 5 p.m. to a 9 p.m. On those days. And I couldn't edit at all. And another reason why I try to do live is because I like the interactions that I get with people. Because when I was doing it by myself, it felt really robotic. Cause I would just watch, say something, watch, say something, and I didn't really like it. I think it's just cause it felt like I was doing it and I couldn't see if anyone really appreciated, but there was that. And I think a question I get a lot with doing live is why I constantly interact with chat. Um Even though some people tend to spoil some things, which yeah, I get your argument in terms of it, especially if it's my first time viewing the show. But I I don't really care for spoilers. Okay, that does not mean you could just straight up tell me that someone dies in a show. Like if it's maybe like what happened or they kind of like teasing me with it, I do like seeing that because there's a suspense and curiosity of how that character got to where they got. And sometimes it's for clarification because there's a lot of times I've asked questions when I did do recordings where they wouldn't be answered, so they just kind of be left to the dark. At least here, some of the questions I asked are answered. If not, that's okay. Yeah, I'm not I don't really care for spoilers, but again, that does not mean you can tell me exactly what happened in the show. And I feel like just interacting with people makes this feel more natural to me instead of how it really is. Yeah. And then I guess another question I also get is why I don't ever label my videos as a filmmaker reacts to or a colorist reacts to. I think the reason why is because first and foremost, I am a fan, and then I just analyze because I've done it so often. But I feel like if I had the whole a filmmaker reacts or a colorist reacts or whatever you want to label me reacts to, it would set something up that I don't want to always have. Did my video just cut out? Yeah, we love technical difficulties, don't we? Oh, I see why. I see why. My battery definitely ran out. Good thing we have extra. That was not smart on me. But at least you can still hear me, so that was a plus. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. Sorry. The reason why I don't say I'm a filmmaker reacts or colorist reacts is because it sets a certain expectation on me that means I have to constantly analyze what is happening. And it gets exhausting sometimes. Like I do it often to say that it's cool that I can actually say something about what is happening. But then if I went in and said a filmmaker reacts, I would be expected to analyze every single thing and not really enjoy the show as much as I do. So that is a reason. I think I've also gotten a couple questions of why I don't stream on Twitch or why I don't have a Patreon. Honestly, I'm just doing YouTube for fun. As much time as it takes to really, start this, set up OBS, I'm really just doing this because I want to. I'm not getting paid for it, and if I were to do Twitch, I feel like I wouldn't also want to be contracted in terms of on YouTube or on Twitch either, because then that would mean so much time, and my month for April is packed. Like I have school on the weekdays, and then I'm filming on the weekends, and I barely have time to breathe. And I planned this out months ago, but if I didn't, I think I probably would have been on another film set today. I'm just gonna show you like a brief what April looks like on my calendar. You don't get to see what events I'm actually doing, but that's what my month looks like. It looks so scary, but I manage. So I did cry yesterday, but that was a different reason. A lot of emotions. I also want to just take a second to talk about my banner, my my YouTube channel banner, because my friend Katie Leong, if you want to follow her on Instagram, she is amazing. She did this sorry, I need to change the scene real quick. I didn't put my camera up. Yeah, there it is. I'm still working out OBS, okay? But she did this beautiful banner for me, and her Instagram is art by KTL. I told her what I wanted, and she pulled through. I can't move. I just realized like the camera is like cropped. she like pulled through, really. Because I gave her what I wanted. I told her I wanted it to be comic style pretty much because I'll react to a lot of comic shows, mainly CW shows, but still. And she kind of gave me this comic. It's so beautiful. I really don't have words for it. We can go further. She picked the colors too. I let her have a lot of creative freedom. I just told her I wanted it to look like a comic, with speech bubbles and like I just cannot get over how good the banner looks. Sorry, it's just me freaking out. So again, the outfit, one of my favorite outfits I wear. I haven't worn it recently, but it is my photo. And then the catchphrase, "You are loved, you are cherished, and you are valued." I think I started saying that recently, but that's how I end every video. So you will also get that at the end, which is pretty nice. And I think it's just the fact that I started saying it because a lot of the shows that I watched dealt with relationships, whether that was romantic, platonic, family. But it's the fact that whenever we see any villain, specifically Alice, yeah, or Jinx, when I started this, I believe, it was just the fact that I feel like in every reaction that I do, I say something along the lines of, "You are loved, you are cherished, and you are valued." Because I think in some parts of our society, we forget to realize that we do deserve love individually, and to love ourselves. And if you don't feel that way and you feel like the world is, you know, pushing you down, kicking you in the ribs, then there's going to be at least some people out there who are still going to support you. And I just wanted to subtly say that with "You are loved, you are cherished, and you are valued." And occasionally when I end my videos, especially after a really emotional episode that I've watched, I would say, "You are loved, you are cherished, and you are valued." And if you are not, feel free to DM me, with my socials linked down below, and I will be a listening ear. It's not rehearsed. I genuinely feel those things, and want you guys to have a community with me. As for the numbers go, I don't know if I can zoom in. Probably not. But 15, you guys get to know a little fun fact, is one of my lucky numbers. It has been since I could remember. I don't remember the reason. I just think it looks cool, honestly. Just with how the 1 looks, and then the 5 is, I feel like 5s, when you write them, are just like the perfect number, because it's like, let me do it backwards. Whoop. Like, it's so pretty. Yeah. And then the date, if you guys could see it, it says 31 March 2021. And that's just when it started, the whole thing, when it started it all. And then in terms of the colors, that was all Katie. She did that. And I really like these colors. I feel like it really brings out my energy in terms of how I run my channel. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it will. And then in terms of the photo and what she drew, I just gave her reference photos, let her choose, and then she did amazing. I just want to take a moment and thank Katie for this, because she's also been doing she also did my, I think the thumbnail for this live right now is starting soon. And then we have, in the beginning, we had a welcoming. It says "going live in." She also, like, Kitty's amazing. She just check out her work on Instagram, because she is amazing. And I couldn't have done this without her. Actually, let me talk about a little more about my channel since, that's what it's for. Let's sort by oldest. So, actually, if you remember, when I first started, I didn't have thumbnails for, I think, the first few videos because I didn't know how to make thumbnails. I was learning, don't judge me. But it pretty much just looked like whatever was happening there on the screen. Like, not just a video with a smaller video of it playing. And I had my friend True make thumbnails for me. And eventually I ended up doing it on my own, but he also kickstarted the whole making my thumbnails. So I also want to thank him for just helping me out in that way. Because, it was just a little scary doing this all by yourself when you don't know what is going on. And I guess I would move on to the next segment of showing what other scenes I have on OBS. I think I plan to do OBS for the next few reactions, just because I can, and I want to, and it makes it more fun, you could say. Actually, let's just go through, and I don't know how many videos I have. I haven't done that yet. There's 6 in each row. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Welcome to Cassie's Takes, where we learn how to count. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, because also this week. So 28 times 6. I'm not good at math. 168 videos? And I didn't even know? Oh my god. Okay. I just love how colorful it gets. I look at this all the time. Also, for new viewers, I tend to get sidetracked a lot, so I don't really remember what I was talking about. Oh, OBS! I'm so glad I wrote it down on my phone of what we were going to do today. So, live. Okay, so as you saw earlier, we had a welcome screen, a reaction scene, just chatting one, which, looks pretty similar to the reaction one, just without the little screen. And then I call this one the analysis, just because you guys can see what is on the screen. You can see my mouse in some points, and if you can't, I can just easily turn off my camera. And then you got a little cute box of me doing my my talking head, you could say. And really cute, really cool, because now I don't have to constantly move camera and make sure it's in the right spot. I don't know if I want to. I might be planning to do one. If you guys would want to, that would be cool. So let me know. But the idea was I was going to do gaming. But also, I don't know if my computer can handle this because I don't know how well the stream is going right now for you guys. I'm just going based off all the tests I've done last night and this morning. It seemed like everything was okay. A new segment I also want to do because my bad. Wrong thing. I'm also getting used to this, so still getting used to the kinks and everything else. I plan to be a colorist for the film industry, and I was thinking of maybe having a segment where I would take a scene where maybe if you want to, if you could recommend a scene from any of the shows I've watched or movie, and I try to color it. I'm trying to see what I can show you and it wouldn't be too bad to show. So right now I do freelance coloring for my friend Brian. Does a lot of dance videos. Um, this is gonna look scary. I'm just gonna show you just a bit, but I was thinking, and if you guys would like, that I could take a scene from a show and try to apply it in practice and learn more about coloring. I'm gonna show you how what this looks like. Um, yeah, this is Da Vinci. Just you don't need to know what that is. You don't need to know what that is. Just kind of what it looks like. Again, my friend Brian's dance stuff, but gonna go back to not showing my screen because I don't know what I can and cannot show. But I am thinking about doing that. So if you like me when I talk about color, which is a lot recently on shows, then feel free to recommend a show if you want me to watch it. A scene you think that looks really cool, something you want me to try in terms of coloring, but that might be done over the summer, just when I have time. Um, and that those probably would not be live. Those are probably be recorded. And then I will see from there. And what else do I have on our list today? Actually, you know what? Since I'm showing off the different OBS scenes, I guess now would be a really good time to show you guys a scene that allows me to have a break, basically. So here it is. And while we do this break, please stay hydrated, get a snack. If anything, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So here it is. And we are back. Yeah. Again, thanks Katie for making that that waiting screen for me, you could say. I promised some of my Arcane viewers that I would be reacting to some of Arcane videos. And I think it has to I don't know why I said I think. I know. One of the videos has to do with the actor who played Silco and his meaning of "you're perfect." And if my Arcane viewers remember my reaction, I cried. I sobbed during that because I think the very definition that a lot of people have been saying in my comments was, or like I think how I took "you're perfect" was the fact that you don't have to change. You're perfect who you are, um, which pulled at my heartstrings. And I think a couple of other people, they brought up the fact that Silco was saying "you're perfect," meaning at that time, Silco Silco says something about I like some people sorry, I can't ever get my mind around words because English is hard. But some of my viewers said that Silco's meaning of "you're perfect," or what they told me, is it is okay that she chose to be powder. But we're gonna get started on that video real shortly, and we will get there. Wrong video. Wrong video.
There's been a lot of speculation over Silco's end and the final words that he said, speaking to Jinx and calling her
it's so weird
daughter
his
and saying
voice.
that he never would have given her up. What do you think?
No.
Because some people think that he's lying to her.
No, I don't think he would.
Silco sees the world from his point of view. So when he says, "I never would have given you to them, you're perfect," he means it. He means that she is the embodiment of the nation of Zon, that it's a broken place, and what can come out of that is something great, but you can't pretend to be something else. You're not from Piltover if you're from Zon. And so to him, she is the perfect embodiment of who she was always meant to be. There's this power in chaos. And
there is. I love that.
So, yeah, to him, she is an element of Zon and his love for the place, embodied in a daughter. So, yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
That was
Should we switch?
Oh, sorry, my bad. That was spot on. Like what he said, it makes me love Silco more. I think the first thing that got to me was the fact that he was saying Silco sees the world in his perspective and his point of view. And I feel like that's like just a big thing that has been brought up on my channel, the fact that everyone's point of view is different, which is amazing. And then the fact that Silco was genuine and he saw, I think I've also seen this a lot. Silco, even though he was the villain, he's a pretty good parent. Can I just thank you for showing me that? And whoever recommended me Arcane, I also thank you, because those are just really good shows. It's just a really good show, and I'm here for waiting until 2023 or 2024 for when season 2 comes out. But I think I might rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it again, even though I've done it twice. Anytime Arcane comes up, it's just so beautiful. But I will never play League of Legends because that. Yeah. The next one explains all the tattoos that Vi and Jinx have. We'll just get to it. Yes, see?
It
Yep.
always struck me as strange that Vi got tattoos of machinery when she's one of the few characters in the show who isn't a scientist or isn't even much of a science user until the last act. If anything, Jinx should have been the one with the gears and engines. But Jinx's tattoos aren't about that at all. Where do we see blue clouds? Jinx's tattoos are about Vi. It's a sign she's constantly longing for her sister. And looking at Vi's back tattoo, we see something interesting. 2 keys with the letters M and C. Milo and Clegg are her brothers. But where's the powder tattoo? So there's actually something missing in this rendering, but even before I found that, there's a much more basic answer. The whole thing is a powder tattoo. Vi wasn't a scientist or engineer, but she had a lot of respect for her sister's skill with gadgetry. And what'd she say about her time in prison?
The only thing that kept me going was the thought of getting back to you.
Vi is a tough character, but the skeletal structure supporting her, keeping her upright, keeping her strong, holding her very life together when she's being beaten countless times by the guards is her sister. And the missing element I mentioned, this isn't in the hoodie, but in shots from the show, we actually do see tendrils of smoke around the mechanical skeleton as well. Seems like it might be around the joints, like it's her vision of that exact moment of reunion that's holding everything together. I think it's beautiful how both sisters symbolize their relationship to each other through their body art. Jinx's longing, Vi's strength.
Oh, nope, sorry. What is this? Nope, not interested. That was awesome. Cause I mean, I feel like it represents either one perfectly, because when Vi got out, all she was doing was trying to find powder, and she felt really guilty for leaving powder, and then having her a part of her and being this is amazing. This is amazing. And then you have the blue clouds. That I remember when Jinx yeah, that happens too. When Jinx / Powder at the time brought up the smoke, I remember scream. I don't remember, like, I think you remember being super excited, like right now, being super excited to the point where I can in English. And then that would bring up the catchphrase. If I could speak, that would be great. I just love Arcane. I again want to thank whoever recommended me Arcane, because it was beautiful. Speaking of tattoos, I don't have any, but I do want a couple. And one of them is a worker bee tattoo, probably on my wrist. Probably would get it here, because I'm constantly working. The other one would be my last name in Chinese calligraphy written by my grandpa. I don't know where I would get that, but I would get it somewhere. I don't think I would ever get like big tattoos. Yeah. Honestly, you should watch all of videos. I will do that. Probably not on this slide, but I will do that. Man, I can go on and on about Arcane. Oh, I think I remembered, I wrote something down a while ago about I was gonna talk about a painting that was in Mel's room. I'm so glad I remembered. I hope I still have the video. I'm getting to it. Episode 9 lies. Episode 9. Around 8:28. Oh, we love this. You guys can't hear. Oh, too much. Too far.
Sorry.
Too far. You guys can't even see it. Let's go back another 10 seconds. Play. Pause. Okay. I don't remember what I was gonna say about this painting. I feel like I should have done it then. No, I didn't put notes on this either, so I don't know. I mean, the red really stands out for sure, and what's Mel's mom's name? It stands out. I don't know. I think someone on that reaction video commented about how both Mel and her mom aren't really. I don't know what it is. I gotta find it. Just hold on a second. But, you know, in the meantime, feel free to just stare at this. The artwork on this was just really pretty. And I gotta go back to my Arcane videos and see what people commented, because I don't have photographic memory. Episode 9. Episode 9. Where is the comment section on YouTube? This is what happens when you don't look at your stuff anymore. Oh, talk about colors and pick to the scene. Did you notice that both their heads were in the clouds? I don't think this is the right. These are high order thinkers. Their ground game is terrible, but their lofty goals are noble, and just their executions are bad. Craig Jarvis. Honestly, I feel like he said what he needed. Oh, 25? Wait. That's on the video. That's my bad. Yeah, I just think the color is really nice. It's just a red, makes it stand out, and then is this Piltover? Most likely. No. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. And then you have the colors of gold, again, which was a color that represented Piltover and how high up they were. And then you have, oh my god, it was just really, I don't have words. I don't know where my thought was back then, so I can't really go back to say what I was thinking back then. I'm just gonna sit here and admire the artwork of Arcane because it's just beautiful. I don't have any other Arcane videos to show. I wish I did. I definitely saw a video of Vi and Caitlyn. Yeah, that. Let's not go there. I also decided a while ago that I would do Wordle with you guys. So if you play, that would be cool. Let me just switch scenes real quick. If you play Wordle, and if you did today's Wordle, don't tell me the words. Don't tell me the word. Unless you guys want to see me go through my own thought process, but also feel free to recommend, words you want me to try. And for those who have not played Wordle before, that's not it. That's the statistics. I normally play on my phone. Statistics. I also can't speak, so there is that. I normally play on my phone. I did not do today's, but here are my normal statistics. Can you see? Yeah, I normally get it in around 4 or 5, and I've been playing since February. It just doesn't, the number doesn't show it because I cleared history. But for those who don't know what Wordle is, it's pretty much a word game where when you get a letter right, when you guess a word, yeah, maybe, but maybe I'll do another video on Arcane, but I guess that's really up to you if you want it or not. Well, it's up to me, but I would do it if you would want me to. So if you haven't played Wordle, if you guess a word and there's a green spot, then that means that letter is in the correct spot. If it's gray, that letter's just not there, and if it's yellow, the letter is in the word but is in the wrong spot. I could have just read it instead of doing it out of memory. But so if you play Wordle, don't tell me what the word is. If you did today's Wordle, do not tell me what the word is. But you could also feel free to play along with me. You just go to Wordle, just Google Wordle, New York Times, and it'll come up. Okay, so do you guys want me to go through my own process of playing Wordle, or hold on, let me change it. Let me change it so you can see it better. Yeah. So I normally start off all Wordle, everything. Every time I start, every day I start with scale. I don't know why, just cuz. There's an E! There's an E! The sheer panic I get sometimes when it just becomes all gray. Do we want to do hard mode? I think this is up to me, really. I don't know why. Hard mode, any hints reviewed must be used in the guesses. I don't know. I don't know the word, because, I mean, normally I use bring and mouth because it has a different words afterwards, but I don't know what this is. If you just give me an E, that's not very nice. Do you guys have any words that you suggest for me? Because, I don't want to use my words. Do we think I think there might be a T. I feel like 3 there. Nope. We can do 3, but then I don't want to do double letters. HR. Yeah. I also am guilty of getting my twin kind of addicted to this game because she sends it to me before I ever do anything else. So you just come up with a 5-letter word, and if those letters are there, then you will guess from here. What ends in E? There's so many things that ends in E, but I can't think right now. We can do drive. You can do drive. See if any of those are in there. Drive. There's an R. What? I guess I normally have 2 modes of going about this. First one is I would do scale, and then I would do mouth, and then I would do bring, regardless of if they were green or not, to see if we had more letters. Or you go based off what you have here. So now we have an R here and an E here, but we don't know the rest of the letters. Actually, what do you think this starts with? Prove? Nope, there's no V. Okay, let me fill in the spaces so I can actually think. Prove. I feel like there's an O. Might be a P. But I already did the B. This is my thinking face. Trope. TR. Ooh, trope. You're okay. Are you sure you have not played this before? I feel like I would have taken me a lot longer. I think I would have done prove and then realize where it was. Oh, so that was very short. Let me transfer this to my phone. Wrong one. Wrong one. Do you guys have any questions? Other questions of the word? I mean, of the. My mind is really still on Wordle. But I think now I'm on to Q&A, which I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't have any questions, but I do have some questions that people normally do ask. I think they normally ask what my favorite color is. There's a lot of colors that I like. Hold on, I feel like I can represent this equally by showing something that has the same color. Maroon is a good color. I think a lot of blues are my favorite colors too. Yeah. What else do people ask me? I guess they can ask me out of the shows I've watched, what would be my favorite? Arcane. But a current show I'm watching that I am in love with is Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois does a really good job of blending in relationships, and then it's very character driven. So all these characters, they make decisions that would later on affect the story. And I love character driven stories more than I do plot driven. And I think, I don't know, it's most likely it's partnered with HBO, that show Superman and Lois, and it's just so different from what all the normal CW shows look like, because all the CW's shows I can't believe I'm saying this even though I'd react to it. I'm going to be really honest. The CW shows, at least before recent, because Batwoman has been doing really well. They're just very predictable, almost cringeworthy. That is my opinion, but I do still love them. And then Superman and Lois does such a good job in planning the story out that it doesn't rely heavily on CGI. Because yeah, CGI looks amazing when it is done well, but if you don't put time and money into, building a story, then all the all the effects are just effects. I guess this also a similar thing to Game of Thrones. Like, it's cool that there was dragons and witches and magic, but it felt like it was pretty much there to be there. Cause at least in the end seasons. The end seasons questionable. But yeah. And then I've gotten this question actually a couple times. So I react to most CW shows. DC shows. Which included Supergirl, Superman and Lois, Batwoman, Legends of Tomorrow. I have not been reacting to Naomi, and I don't react to The Flash because I just don't. And then people always ask me why I don't watch The Flash, even though it's the show that, brought me into the CW, DC shows at least. And it's because I feel like The Flash got very repetitive. Every season, I can summarize every season to you pretty well. I mean, granted, I haven't watched it in like 4 years, but every single season starts off with Barry going, I'm the Flash, I'm the fastest man alive. There's a villain who is faster than him. He needs to get faster. And they all work together as a team to defeat the main villain. I mean, recently I feel like they've also added in a lot of family aspects. But it's very repetitive. Because I think at least in Supergirl, on Supergirl, the show, the main message was about being your own hero, empowering yourself. And in Legends message is you control your own destiny. Batwoman, I think Batwoman is also about finding yourself, but they do it in a way where you get to empathize with the characters more often than not. But I don't know what the main message is, at least for the seasons I've watched for The Flash was. Cause felt like it felt flat, is what I'm saying. So there's that. You can hate me for it all you want, but that is also why you're here. This is Cassie's take, my take on anything else. But if people, okay, honestly, I ask people for recommendations for shows, and I might consider it. And let's be honest, if you recommend The Flash to me, I wouldn't consider it at all. I love Grant Gustin, I love Candice Patton, I love Danielle Panabaker. I just don't want to watch The Flash. I watched The Flash for Armageddon because that was I love crossovers, but that wasn't really like a crossover on its own. Okay, I think I have a good one. How do you get to love watching shows as much as you have? Honestly, I think when I was younger, I don't need this. When I was younger, my family didn't have access to like cable. So I think a lot of times I either watched a lot of PBS shows and not, but then my main way of consuming content would be through a giant iPad or through an iPod, because I didn't have a phone back then, and I would just be watching clips and then eventually get into loving and watching shows. But like I've watched these shows a lot longer than before. And then I guess watching television for me was a way to just escape the real world. And then I made a living out of it, and now I make them. Try to make them. I'm working on a lot of films, and that's pretty much it. But I think one thing that pretty much got me into watching shows and end up making films or shows is the fact that my twin and I, we share a room. We shared a room. We don't live together anymore. Is we would go throughout the day just kind of not talking to each other, doing our own things, and then before we went to sleep, which was also very bad because we would sleep around 10 p.m., which does not seem late now, considering I sleep at midnight. But I went to bed at 10 p.m. did not mean I went to sleep. We would share stories for a good 3 hours, occasionally getting caught by our mom. She would come in, my mom would come in, and she would tell us to, be quiet. And we're like, oh, we'll end up whispering and not having really anything to say. And then going back to being really loud. I think, yeah, those are fun times. And then there's also a very funny story about that. Kind of painful too. But I like having a lot of face-to-face conversations. I don't know, I think it's just me as a person, but then there was one time I tried to have a face-to-face conversation with my twin. I forgot to mention that we're on a bunk bed, and I'm on the top bunk. So my right mind, and dumb mind, really, decided to hang upside down and try to talk to her face-to-face, and then I slipped and fell on my head. I was also just glad that her bunk bed was a full size, so it was bigger, and mine was a twin, so I at least had some cushion when I fell on my head and then fell on the floor. But yeah, that happened. And then that really got me into writing stories. Yeah. Gonna really see them. If you want to, you can go on Tumblr, but that's very fan fiction-y. I'm not, honestly, I'm gonna admit it. I read fan fiction. I also write fan fiction, but it's not something I am ashamed of. But it is whatever. I mean, y'all have access to my Tumblr. Y'all could have already seen. But then I wrote stories on Tumblr. I also wrote on different platforms, but I'm not gonna say which ones. And then I just kind of fell in love with writing or storytelling, and then went from there. I mean, there was genuinely a big gap in between those because I didn't know what I want to do with my life. And for a while, I was a mechanical engineering major, you know, which is very different from being a film major. But I think somewhere along the way, I did end up loving storytelling a lot more, and then I changed majors. Which kind of sucks because I changed majors on the worst time possible. Like, I changed majors, and film's a really practical field, and it's like kinesthetic learning. You gotta be there to learn it. And I decided to change majors in the worst time possible, when COVID started. So that was fun. But, you know, again, a lot has changed in a year, because a year ago, I was stuck at home, was just doing reaction videos. I was doing small stuff for school, but nothing as big as what I'm doing now. So that's amazing. That's just weird. But yeah, I learned a lot of theory online through YouTube, through my classes at community college, and then transferred, and then met a lot of really great people who has helped me grow in the past year. It's been very overwhelming because I started doing a letter to yourself in 5 years, and since I wrote that in the beginning of quarantine. It's been 2 years. It's just so weird to think about the fact that a year ago I was not on any films, and now I'm booked solid throughout April. Did I say April? Words. Yeah. And then it has brought me to a place where I feel great to be myself. You cannot see my shirt, but it says I control. Can't even see it through my hair. It says I control me. I feel like that definitely describes me the most, and how I feel about how other people should be. Like, you control yourself. You can make your own decisions, and like Legends has taught us, you are in control of your own destiny. Yeah. What else? What else can I add for you guys? I can tell you I can tell you another fun story. So I call like bad situations, I sometimes call them horror stories. And I have a horror story about being on set one time, and it has nothing to do with the people on set. It's just the fact that, as someone who's Asian American, lactose is not very in our diet. And for some reason, before a night shoot, I decided to eat something with cheese. It was really cheese heavy. It was pretty much pasta with cheese, and then cheese as the sauce. And that was not a fun night, because when you do night shoots, all the stores close. All the stores close, and you literally gotta drive somewhere to use the bathroom. And I, in my right mind, decided to eat cheese. A lot of it before. And I think I made it like 3 hours in before I was like, nope, gotta go, bye. And then like went to someone's house for a bathroom. It was like, I have never ran so fast in my life. We don't need to go into detail. Yeah. Also, knowing how much you like cinematography, I found 2 lengthier Arcane videos you'd really love. When I first started as a filmmaker, I wanted to be a cinematographer. But I think right now that's slowly going into being a grip / gaffer, which is someone who works on lights, or builds anything on set, and being a colorist in post-production, because those are really cool. But when it comes to analysis, analyzing camera movement or shot sizes is a lot easier than color and lighting. One of them is a breakdown of the heist scene, literally frame by frame. Ooh! And the other one breaks down a Silco scene. Ooh! You know what? Instead of passing, email them to you. Did you email them to me already? Let me just look through game real quick. I didn't get anything yet. What else do you want to know? What else can I share that is possible to share? I mean, my favorite animal for a long time has been a penguin. Note, penguin. This is also probably like probably like 8 years old. And yes, I still sleep with that. As a 20-year-old sleeping with a stuffed animal. Don't judge me. But recently it's been a jaguar. I don't know why, but they look so cool. My favorite character in Arcane? Caitlyn. As much as I've seen and loved the progression of Powder to Jinx, I think I like Caitlyn as my favorite character in Arcane. No, I don't know why. I just think that was like the first thing that came into my head. But that. My favorite DC character, or at least CW, for the longest time had been Lena Luthor. I had a huge crush on Katie McGraw. Don't even, like, I think the people around me at some point got really annoyed with how obsessed I was with Katie McGraw, but now they're kind of, I bet they kind of wish I went back, because at least when I was obsessed with Katie McGraw, I didn't have content to constantly fangirl over. But now I'm obsessed with Florence Pugh, and I'm sure everyone wished I went back. And I think it was Lena Luthor for the longest time, because Lena had, how do you say? She had a way of going, like, breaking past the stereotypes that were given to her, or like, all the expectations that people had on her, because she was a Luthor, right? And a lot of people, in her words, wouldn't touch a Luthor with a 10-foot pole, and she just did what she did, and it was amazing. And then, but then overall, though, I feel like my favorite character of DC would be Cassandra Cain. And it's not just because of the name, and it's not because she's part Asian, though that does have to deal with. It's just the fact that she has gone through literal hell. Not literal, but, you know, League of Assassins. That's just not a place for a child. And she realized her mistake and did not want to go back to it. Like, I feel like, you know, superheroes, they all have the code of do not kill. And I feel like she takes that to the fullest, like, ever. Like, she doesn't even consider it. Like, yeah, Batman does not kill, but I feel like there are times where he considers possibly offing someone off. And that's just amazing. And the fact that she could just, I think it has to do with her not being able to speak, and how I imagine the character, that she could read people's body language so well that she could also, again, hide her feelings away from, you know, being shown. But I don't know, something about Cassandra Cain is just beautiful. I can tell you my favorite DC villain is a Riddler. And then the recent Batman movie does Riddler so well. Cause I don't know, Riddler, I just like riddles. It's kind of like playing with your mind. It's so good. And I actually dressed up as the Riddler for Halloween in 2019, but no one knew who I was. And I was just really shocked because everyone really knew Joker, and that's it. And Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. Yeah. You can watch them now or later, on stream, off stream, however. Oh yeah, I got them. I have it loaded up, but I think I might do how editing reflects a character's intention. But I am also just gonna keep talking for a bit. My favorite Marvel character. I don't think we really have to. Do you guys want to take a guess who my favorite Marvel character is? I'll give you a few seconds. Plus the lag that's going on right now. Stay hydrated, folks. Favorite? Oh. Also, how's my audio sounding? Because I spent a good hour yesterday trying to test it out. And I can't hear my own self, so this was pretty much useless unless I'm watching, you know, a show. Should I wait a few more seconds for you guys to guess my favorite Marvel character? I don't think it would be surprising based off who my favorite DC character is. Okay, I'm saying it. I'm also very mad about it. My favorite Marvel character, no surprise, is Natasha Romanoff. She was the first Marvel hero that was, you know, seen on that during that time period, right? Scarlett Johansson was the only hero that we saw then, which is, you know, paving the way for all the amazing women we have now. But yeah, Black Widow, yeah, you definitely guessed right. I was just a little. I guess I wished her solo movie came out when it was supposed to, and not when we know she's dead. Like, Endgame in theaters, when I watched it, I cried. So, like, yeah. And then, I mean, I was also following Florence Pugh a long way. I think since Little Women, also my favorite movie. Not because of Florence Pugh, just because like how well it was done with color. Yeah, but then they kill off Natasha Romanoff and all my my comfort characters. I'm not okay. All my comfort characters are dead. Not really, but you know, most. And then recently, my comfort character has been Yelena Belova. I don't think I need to answer that. It's Florence Pugh. Guys, I have my lock screen as Florence Pugh. Okay. I don't think I have any more questions that I can answer that way. I mean, I guess. Oh, one thing I said during the Hawkeye reaction was that show did a better job at giving Natasha like a respect for her than Black Widow did. And also, one little thing about Black Widow was the fact that it was her solo movie. But also, again, it wasn't her solo movie. Like, between all the Avengers, yeah, she was the only Avenger, but there were like 5 other main characters, which also not complaining. But, you know, it's weird to be invested in a character who you know is dead. Very much so. I mean, we got the comics still, but that's it. I guess I can go about and say, oh, I can say my favorite Marvel. I can't say my favorite Marvel movie because I can't decide. I can tell you my top 4 favorite films of all time, and it's Little Women by Greta Gerwig. Hold on, I have a list. Knives Out by Rian Johnson. I think I messed up the name. And then we have Jojo Rabbit, directed by Taika Waititi. And then Jurassic Park, cause why not? Which is really funny, cause most of my favorite movies are from 2019, which, you know, is nothing to be complaining about. But movies since then hasn't really been up there for me. But we're gonna get to watching an Arcane analysis video because at least I try to somehow replicate analysis in my videos. Do I want to say anything about how I analyze? Not really. Oh, I do want to say that there are times when when I try to apply what I learned in class to what I see on screen. And I think the other day for Moon Knight, I went through the distinction between plot and story because that was what I learned again in class. And because when I apply it, it helps me learn it, then it will be a-okay. Okay, Arcane, League of Legends, Arcane analysis, how editing reflects a character's intention. And I am here for it because editing, there's just a lot of things that go into film that makes me love film. We're going to watch the analysis video by Duck. Yeah, that's the that's the YouTube channel name. And I think I'll watch the cinematography one on my own. That one's 20 minutes. Yeah, we'll do editing because I feel like my viewers get a lot of me talking about cinematography. So we are gonna watch, as I said, again, gotta put on the headphones. I forgot what I was gonna do, but I think it is this. Okay, let's go!
Netflix's original series produced by Riot Games is set in the universe of the popular video game League of Legends and dives into the growing tensions of a city divided, Piltover, a flourishing utopia, and the polluted undercity of Zon, as both seek to obtain power over the other. Today, I want to talk about a specific scene in Arcane. This is the second scene.
I'm going to mute some of the audio for a bit, just so I don't get copyrighted, okay? Love you! Thank you for understanding. Okay, there it is. Intro.
Underwater, and we can actually see them all the way in the back. Inside this underwater base, which is a nice detail, but we also see this big giant fish that is just covering up most of the scene. It's swimming from left to right. Now, this fish is important because...
Also, I have to say, like, I think another thing I was planning to do was video essays. It's just taking, you know, a scene like this and analyzing it based on editing, cinematography. I want to do that, but I don't have time. And I don't sound as professional as the person saying it here. Like, I'm just ranting at this point. At any time I do anything, it's ranting. So, I mean, I guess that's my unique style, but they sound so professional and I'm only doing this for fun. Moving on.
When we cut to the next scene, that motion, that energy, that trajectory the fish had, it is picked up by Silco, moving from left to right.
Yes.
And this is just a great way to already establish a connection between this giant monster and Silco.
I love that.
And
I love that. I love that.
Even though Silco isn't physically taking up as much space, this fish is
Ah, shit. My bad. So my hotkeys are my hotkeys to change or get rid of stuff is the number pad, but then YouTube also has a number pad to doing minutes, and yeah, I just went back a while. But I was also saying, I forgot what I was gonna say. We'll get to it.
We then see them both look out through the window and into the water, and notice that the shot gives you just enough time for both of them to look out the window, specifically the blonde guy as he looks out a bit later than Silco. And the shot gives us a second to kind of get the gist.
I keep thinking my computer's frozen, but I realize he pauses.
It cuts to this shot, and this shot serves to, well, flip the perspective. The past two shots were outside.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say now. You can do that. Whenever you do analysis, and like the voice actor of Silco said, we all see the world in our own perspective. So when we analyze something, it's usually what the person analyzing sees. So for me, for specific colors, when I was analyzing Arcane, what did I say? I don't remember. I think I said like green was really that green, at least that they had in Arcane, was really unnatural, and it just felt really ominous, and that's for me. And then yellow again is if it's not the right hue or value or saturation of yellow, it looks very sickly, and it implies something else. Red is always anger for me, but then again, when you do analysis, everyone sees just every little thing differently. So what I see might not be the same thing as you. And then what I see might not be the same thing as someone else who's analyzing. And we can analyze the same exact parts and get a different result. And I think this just kind of goes when you do analysis, a lot of reasoning towards why you see it that way and how it sees it that way. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've learned that some of these things aren't natural to us. I think the word is schemata, like the general knowledge of what is happening, that can kickstart a lot of analysis. So like when you zoom in or zoom out, you normally get, when you zoom in closer to someone, you get closer into their psyche, which makes sense with how I had the camera. But if I'm all the way out here, there's some distance between you and me that, is different. Basically, basic camera movement. And I need to get this back to where I had this. And then, a pan from left to right normally shows revealing information, but then the speed of which you turn the camera is like an expression of excitement or anxiety. It's just what we see and how we perceive the world is different from everyone else. That's just I wanted to say about analysis. Different details stick out for different analysis. Yep, that's exactly how.
This shot brings us into the glass and into their space. During this part, Silco says,
"Yet up there on the surface, no one even knows they exist."
And yes, in this context, he is clearly talking about the fish, but in the overall context of the story, he is also talking about himself, as the surface.
I'm analyzing how he's analyzing, okay? I think he does a really good job, and I would add to the fact that I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to add to the fact that if I could speak, that would be great. When we analyze something, I forgot what I was going to say. I hate this. Oh, okay. So I'm also taking a linguistics class right now. And I think, or at least the class I'm in, it's called Language of Life. And we get different meanings of different, just kind of summarize this a bit. We get different meanings of different words or phrases based off, again, how we see the world. So I can say, I can say, don't let the door hit you on the way out. You know, which at first glance or first thought sounds really caring, but then I feel like that, I don't know if anyone actually uses that phrase, but it's used in a sarcastic way to sometimes mean F off. Or in some said in spite, said sarcastically. Like have you ever seen those memes on YouTube? I don't think I'm okay. Have you ever seen those memes on Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media platform you are on that has the whole where you emphasize words differently? It's like, I don't remember what phrase it was, but it was like, if you enunciate different words, it would be like, where am I? Where am I? Nothing is emphasized. Where am I? More towards the where. Like, where am I? Like, the way you say certain things can have so much subtext, right? That's just what I wanted to add. And it took way too long to do it, but moving on.
The surface he is talking about is the city of Piltover, and that the privileged people up there don't know that a monster like him exists down here.
That is true. I love this.
So many connections between him and the fish, the monster. And this line is also important because it cuts to this close-up of him right here, right when he says, "No one even knows they exist." And it cuts when he says it to reinforce even more that he is not only talking about the fish, he is talking about himself.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
4 shots from far to close to a nice little perspective change.
Yeah.
To
POV shot.
It's almost like these shots are dragging us into the conversation. They all have pretty similar lengths.
I agree.
Well, pretty slow. It's a conversation and nothing is really happening. But more importantly, the slow pacing, the rhythm of these shots, they're mirroring Silco as he slowly paces around. Slowly speaks with confidence and accuracy. I'm saying this now because the next shot is considerably short and it's this medium full shot of their backs. Now, I say the pacing mirrors Silco because so far everything has gone smoothly where he's talking about this fish. But suddenly, the other guy responds with,
"They're monsters."
And so, Silco is kinda taken aback from that statement. It was unexpected. He wasn't expecting it. Silco...
I don't know what else to say. What he's saying is beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna go the rest into this. Because I don't heavily know the copyright you know, for videos like these. But in terms of, if I could speak, that would be great. If I could process thoughts quicker, that would be great. But it's the fact that every little thing that everyone puts into shows, films, books, they all somewhat matter. I mean, not somewhat, they all matter. Because with this, like, you had the editing, which is the pacing, and then you had the different, like, shot sizes, which usually, again, creates distance between, you know, the viewer and the speaker. Because, again, if I was out here, feels very distant. If you guys were a lot closer, you know, it brings you guys closer to me. And then you have the color that adds to it. You have the cinematography. You have the staging, which is pretty much how the actors are acting, or animated in this case. And every little thing matters in this, in filmmaking. Because every little detail adds something else to the story. And that's why it rewards multiple watches, right? And it's so beautiful. I love film analysis. I'm kind of glad I picked this as a career. Because, you know, in order to be able to execute it, I gotta be able to understand it. And that means I gotta use examples, which means pretty much watching shows and films, which is amazing. Do I want to, like, I'm thinking about, like, do I continue this? Because he explains everything so well that you just run out of things to say. Exactly. But I also don't want to just sit here and, like, oh, that's so true! Because I'm not adding anything to it. Whereas where I was reacting to myself, I was just kind of hating myself. But I just, again, I love analysis videos. If I could pull it off and do my own, that would be cool. But so far, you know, I ramble too much for it. I feel like a lot of these video essays would have to require a lot of writing that I don't want to do for it. But I guess we could, I think that might be a new segment. We just analysis. Pick a scene that anyone wants me to watch, and then I'll, like, break down and just do it in person. Not in person. Live. And because I can't do video essays as well as this person does. And then I also want to get other people's input on how they see the shot, because sometimes I miss things that you guys have noticed, or you guys miss things that I've noticed. And then collectively together with our ideas and analysis and story, we can create a whole lot more meaning out of the shows that we watch. But that's just up for thought. So it's that, the coloring segment. I don't think that one has a lot to do with me talking or analyzing. I mean, it will just talk about colors for sure, but it would also have me trying to mimic that. And I don't know if I want to show my thought process in that, because I'm not nice to myself at all. I think at certain times I go, in the nice way, putting this to you guys, what the hell is wrong with you? I think I've said it in my when I was watching myself, but I get really mad at myself. I feel like that's the, like, perfectionist part of me, that I constantly want to get it right but don't know how, and not really asking for help. But I think I'm gonna do another short Q&A if, you know, you want. But I think we are nearing the end to the 1 year live, which is crazy to think that it's been a year. I don't know, time really flies, and also time also stands still. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this moment forever is going to be immortalized. I am okay. The question that I got is, "What's your major again?" And where can I learn all the stuff you're learning now? My major is film and media studies. I don't know if I want to say where I want to go, where I'm going to school, but I feel like there's so much data about me in the world already that it wouldn't really matter. So, I currently study at UCSB, University of California of Santa Barbara. Um, all Where can you learn this? If you want to learn for free, I think the best place to learn is a YouTube channel called Studio Binder, because that's where I learned a lot of my stuff. And then hold on, there are other YouTube channels that I can show you guys. Sorry. The headphones were on, but I didn't. Let me look for y'all. I need to go back to my subscriptions. Please go to my subscriptions. My computer's not being fun. Oop. Oop. That's not it. That's not. I'm a mess. But you know what else is new? Channels. Nope. No, okay, let's look through. Oh, I'm struggling here. I'm so sorry. Studio Binder. I said that already. Film Riot. I don't know. That's more so towards. I can show you. I'm an idiot. Okay, Studio Binder. Let's mute my desktop audio. Studio Binder, they do a really good job in showing how you can see it in real time. You have advanced filmmaking techniques. I've watched all of them. And just Studio Binder is just really well. They also go through different movies and different directors. Like What is Irony? And then they'll show you like cinematography, like just different things. And then you have Film Riot, which I think they show you a lot more editing stuff. Their older videos have a lot more practical stuff. And then you have Indie Mogul for learning about filming and stuff. Their videos normally talk about camera gear, and other things. I think another one, Parker's channel, he does a lot of filmmaking stuff that you can see. This is more so towards independent stuff, what gear to use. But again, Studio Binder I feel would be the best part about what am I saying? Studio Binder is the best place to learn about like analysis and stuff, and all of these other stuff are more practical. I know Rocket Jump Film School, even though they haven't had a video out in 2 years, is a lot of practical stuff. But Studio Binder is the best one in my opinion. And also, I don't think if you are considering film school, actually, I can't say because I'm biased, but there are also videos out there that talk about whether a film school is right for you or not. And I think that is all I have to really say about my 1 year. I guess I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching. Because again, this really would not have been possible without you. And let me know if you want to watch any of the segments I talked about, like taking a scene and analyzing it, or taking a scene and copying or trying to mimic the color in terms of practicing. Any other shows you want me to react to? Because I know I said April is full, but you know, shows are starting to end, or at least the shows I watch are starting to end, and that means my schedule is freeing up to have more shows to watch. Maybe that should be a summer thing. Decide on what to watch during the summer, because I know Superman and Lois are on a break for a little bit, so I only have Wednesdays to really watch. But again, thank you for watching, because you know, this was a long time in the making, and it really wouldn't have been possible without viewers like you. I sound like a teleprompter. I don't have words to say how thankful I am to be able to even have a year of, you know, content that I've been making and been able to continue creating because people watch. And yeah. I also want to say that, I mean, I guess in like the future scheduling right now, I'm doing, I think Moon Knight reactions purely. Just that's just it. That's gonna be on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I think that's all. It's kind of weird. Okay, one little thing before I leave, and I keep saying one little thing, but you know, the flag says something about me, and it's in the background, yeah, but I don't know. It's part of my identity, so I just wanted to share that, and that the fact that, you know, this for me and hopefully for you guys is a safe place. And if you're not feeling loved, cherished, or valued, just know that I will do my best. And if you need to reach out, or find, if you're not comfortable talking to me, find someone to be there for you. Which also contradicts what I also have in mind, because sometimes you gotta go through things by yourself. But pretty much now I'm just stalling because I don't want to end. It just feels weird. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like, no amount of words can say how thankful I am. And remember, and if you want to say it with me, you can. You're loved, you're cherished, and you are valued. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Cassie out, pretty much. Bye bye. Yeah, I don't know how to end on OBS, so this is gonna be